W16 Mistral.
Good morning, guys. We are here at Quail during Monterey Car Week, and behind me is the newest car from Bugatti about to be revealed. All I know so far is it doesn't have a roof. How beautiful is this baby blue Gordon Murray T50? We got that naturally aspirated V12 sitting up on the platform. I love the center seat, 3-seat layout. One of the best sounding and most incredible engineering marvels, this V12 right here. And check it out, they've got the T33 supercar as well next to it. Insane lineup of LM002 Lambo trucks. I've never seen this many next to each other. One of the stars of the show today, Bugatti is coming out with an all-new car. We'll see it later today. Look at the difference in size between this 8-liter quad-turbo W16 and that Gordon Murray V12. Gorgeous Singer Porsche. How insane is this Audi concept car? If I'm not mistaken, this thing changes length. So this section right here can actually shorten the length of the car or lengthen it. That is absolutely wild. Could you imagine if they actually made this into a production car? Just to give you an idea of the scale of this place, there's helicopters and cars in every single direction. This next area is absolutely insane. So many Pagani's in every single direction. Look at this absolutely gorgeous tricolore. I've never seen Pagani headlights in blue like that, matched to the wheels. That is insane. Check out the design on that roof scoop. A bunch more Pagani Huayras, and then over here, the Huayra R track-only race car. I believe this is a customer's car. This was easily the best sounding and one of the coolest cars at Goodwood Festival of Speed when we were out there. I love the white exhaust tips. One of my all-time favorite cars in the world, the Zonda R. A road-legal converted version of this might be my ultimate dream car. And then we've got more over here. Another Zonda R. Look at that matte exposed carbon fiber. This was the one that was on Top Gear. Look at that Nürburgring time. And then there's two more as well. I've never seen this many Zonda Rs in my entire life in one spot. This is so cool. I love those side air intakes sticking out. Just realized for the first time, the cutout in the rear for airflow is a similar circular shape to the side view mirrors. Cadillac GTP hypercar concept. How insane is this car? This is actually really impressive looking. I love the shark fin, and look at, it's actually transparent so you can see through the fin. That is way cool. And look at the taillight design. I've never seen anything like that. Look at this model yacht. I wouldn't be surprised if I can't even afford the model yacht, let alone obviously this probably $100 million plus boat. What do you think? You think we could ride on it? Heritage livery Golf 4 GT next to another Heritage spec of a different year. And then another Ford GT over here. Easily one of my favorite Lamborghinis ever made, the Murcielago Sv. Especially in white. That is spectacular. Ever since I saw the Top Gear episode on this thing, I was in love with it. That license plate on this 765 is savage. Motec, I imagine this thing has an aftermarket ECU and crazy amount of power. Look at the exhaust tips on it. AMG GT Black Series in the AMG 1 livery. You could only get this livery if you also ordered an AMG 1. Beautiful spec Countachs as well next to each other. Gorgeous Diablo. F40, and then next to it a covered up EB110, the original Bugatti supercar. And then another Heritage Ford GT. Aston Martin 177 hypercar. I feel like this car was almost forgotten, and it is so insane. It was the Aston Martin hypercar before the Valkyrie. I love the vents in the side. This one I believe is in Scottsdale, Arizona, and is straight piped. Yep, that's that plate I know. It sounds absolutely incredible. How is this for an insane concept car taking suicide doors to a level I have never seen before? This new Lincoln. That is crazy. Look how big the doors are. It's like opening the doors to a jet hangar. The wheels have covers on them. I like how they've got kind of a flat bottom there. And then the luggage compartment is also the entirety of the roof. I hope eventually car manufacturers make things like this. Could you imagine seeing this driving along the road? Unbelievable. Although opening those doors with curbs would be pretty brutal considering they scrape along the ground. 1966 Bizzarini P538. The color combination on this is amazing. All new Zinger VMAX hypercar, which promises to do 0 to 60 in a record-setting 1.85 seconds. Look at the aero blades on the wheels. Massive intake. Look at the seating layout. You sit behind. Really crazy looking exhaust setup. How both the pipes kind of form into one. Check this out. They're claiming 1/4 mile in 8.1 seconds, which would be a production car record. Look at all of the controls for the rear seat occupant that are located in front of them on the seat itself. That's actually a pretty good idea. I like the shape of the steering wheel as well. I'm assuming based on the name Ayrton Senna's F1 car. I like the camel livery. Then we got a Marlboro livery Mercedes F1 car. The newest creation from Polestar, the O2 electric roadster concept. I gotta say, the design on this is beautiful. They've been doing such a good job with their design language. Pretty interior too. Beautiful Ferrari 16M, the convertible version of the Scuderia. And then next to it, a car near and dear to my heart, the 458 Speciale. And we've also got a 360 Challenge Stradale next to that, and a standard 458. Been the land of Testarossas this week in Car Week. Such a classy design. Insane Ferrari F40 with a Marlboro Wrap. I think this might be my friend Pet Fred's car. Really cool F40 LM details added to the vehicle. The wrap suits it so well. Love that wing. Check out aftermarket, yep, it is his car, aftermarket exhaust on an F40. That Lexan rear engine cover, so cool. And then over here, a Monza SP2. I love the Ferrari Dino, such a classic design. And the first ever 6-cylinder Ferrari. So the 296 GTB, people are saying, is it a Ferrari? It's a 6-cylinder. Well, the Dino used to be called the baby Ferrari because it had a 6-cylinder and not a V8 or a V12.
Hi everybody, welcome to Bugatti. This is quite an emotional day for us, not only because we are showing the first new Bugatti being developed under the new company, Bugatti Rimac, but also for me personally, being in the driver's seat of this incredible company with its 113 years of history. When the company was founded a year ago, the new company Bugatti Rimac, it was created by joining two very different companies. On one side, Bugatti being part of Volkswagen Group, the largest auto company in the world, and Rimac being a Croatian startup. So nobody really knew what to expect. But I would say that today, a year later, we have exceeded all expectations with the company really working well. The two teams now working as one. It's one team now, the French team, the Croatian team, the Germans, working together as one company. Now coming to this car. Basically, the hypercar era was started with the Bugatti Veyron almost 20 years ago. It was the first true hypercar with over 1,000 horsepower, over 400 kilometers per hour or 250 miles per hour, over €1 million cost. So it started a new chapter basically. But to make that possible, Bugatti had to develop a really unique engine, the W16, with 4 cylinders, and at that time, with 4 turbos, 16 cylinders, and at that time 1,000 horsepower. It was continually developed and improved until today in modern Bugattis it reached 1,600 horsepower. And I think many people call it peak engine. Like, that's the craziest engine to be ever developed. As we are heading to a hybrid future for Bugatti, we have already announced that the next Bugattis will be hybrid. It will have a combustion engine, but not the W16. And I encourage you to have a look there at the W16 engine with the 4 turbos, a beautiful, beautiful machine. And in that hybrid future, there will be a place for combustion engines, but not the W16. So we have decided to celebrate this glorious machine one last time. And which better way to do it than with an open rooftop car to enjoy the sound of the 16 cylinders and the 4 turbines in the car. So we have decided to create an open rooftop car, and when I came for the first time to the company, I was told it's impossible to create an open car based on the Chiron platform. It would have to be redesigned so much. So Emilio Schervo, our CTO, Chief Technical Officer of Bugatti Rimac, and his team worked a lot to make that possible. We redesigned the car a lot. It's a lot of new stuff, especially making it road legal. It's a very limited number of cars, low volume, so making it US homologated was not easy. But also, we didn't want to limit the power. The performance of the W16, being an open rooftop car, we wanted still to achieve the top speed of 420 kilometers per hour or 260 miles per hour with an open rooftop with this car. The design was inspired by a long line of roadsters in Bugatti's history. In fact, over 45% of all Bugattis ever made have been open rooftop. The future of Bugatti will be hybrid, but here we are celebrating the W16 for one last time and creating the ultimate roadster. We will only make 99 of these cars, 5 million euros each, starting deliveries in 2024. Each car will be made in the historic Bugatti location in Molsheim. It will always stay a very important part of Bugatti. We are still producing all of the Bugattis there, not in Croatia, which some people might think. It's still being produced at the historic location there. And we have only started to show the car to existing Bugatti owners a few weeks ago, and I must say I have been really surprised by the interest people have in this car, and all 99 units have been spoken for. All 99 contracts have already been sold. So the car is sold out just within the few weeks where we have shown it exclusively to existing Bugatti customers. So we will start deliveries of these cars in 2024 to those customers. And being here in the US, we just want to make again clear how important the market here is for us, with almost half of the cars going to the United States. Now the car will be unveiled by our Chief Operations Officer and the President of Bugatti, Christopher Piochon, and Emilio Schervo, the Chief Technical Officer of Bugatti Rimac. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bugatti W16 Mistral.
Look at the rear end of this new Bugatti. Those lights are so cool. It's actually got Bugatti etched into the lights itself. Get a look at that W16 quad turbo 1600 horsepower engine. And this interior is next level. Look at all of the little details. Bugatti logo, hand stitched in there.